Foreign meddling and interference in our elections is a big problem. But no, I am not impersonating Democrats down south obsessed with trying to pin Hillary Clinton's spectacular defeat to Donald Trump on the Russians or WikiLeaks. I am stating a fact that Canadian elections are subject to interference from big money foreign donors who funnel their dollars into third-party organizations to target and defeat political parties and candidates they disagree with. Take, for instance, the last election here in Canada in October 2015. Groups like Lead Now and the Dogwood Initiative undertook a massive campaign targeting vulnerable incumbent Conservative MPs and tried to figure out how strategic voting could ensure a Liberal or New Democrat would be victorious on election night. Well, fast forward to the upcoming BC election, and the Dogwood Initiative are at it again, attempting to inject more of their propaganda into this election campaign. Under the guise of getting the, quote, big money out of BC politics, Dogwood and their communications director Kai Nagata have begun a so-called grassroots campaign to oppose the BC Liberals in their attempt to be re-elected on May 9th. You know, I call it a so-called grassroots campaign because many of us know Dogwood is essentially a front group for the San Francisco-based Tides Foundation and one of their biggest financiers, George Soros. According to a Toronto Sun article by Senator Linda Frum on November 30th last year, Dogwood has accepted $1.1 million from the Tides Foundation over the past 5 years. And you can see here a list of dozens and dozens of donations, ranging from a couple $1,000s to over $150,000 from Tides and partners, all money earmarked for Dogwood Initiative since 2009. This is a propaganda campaign being carried out by Dogwood for their globalist overlords abroad. But it's also being parroted by our media party. Take this Globe and Mail story by Mike Hager yesterday where he discusses the Dogwood Initiative's campaign and quotes Kai Nagata, who brags about their campaign being grassroots and funded by locals. What tripe! Hager also refuses to point out or acknowledge any of the foreign donations to Dogwood, and certainly not a single mention of Tides. This is fake news, folks. So fake it makes me wonder how chummy Dogwood has become with our media if this is the kind of reporting we get. But why would the same media party not look at this with the same critical nature and vigor as they have been over Russia's alleged interference in the US election? Would it kill the media party here to do some investigating for once and spend a moment pointing out how BC is being influenced by Tides, the Rockefeller Foundation, and foreign-funded election ground troops? But get this. When Christy Clark was running for the leadership of the BC Liberals in 2011, it was the very same Dogwood Initiative who claimed that they had given her the victory. That's right, the same group who now decry the Premier actually pushed to have her elected the leader. Maybe they found her to be a better option for their agenda than her main rival at the time, Kevin Falcon, but it is weird how quickly this group changes their tune, almost as if someone with more money and influence is pulling the strings of this US-funded front group. Look, the BC Liberals are under a lot of scrutiny right now for their political donations and how the party raises money, with the optics of cash for access. But there is no mention of this blatant foreign funding, that if the mainstream media, like the Globe and Mail, even scratched the surface, they would easily uncover. But they won't. But here at The Rebel, we aren't afraid to tell you the other side of the story. I'm Christopher Wilson. Thanks again for watching. You know, I'm focused on the BC election from now until May 9th, so do me a favor, click subscribe on our brand new YouTube channel, Rebel Canada.